All right, here's another question from the monthly questions thread. This one's from Laurie. I'm a discovery writer, which I find is great for me, except for one thing. The deeper I go into my story, the more depth I go back and add in, like eddies in a large river. My progress feels like I'm not getting closer to the end. Suggestions? I know the feeling. This happens to me with novel writing as well, since for the most part, I'm a discovery writer too. It just seems to me like there's always something you can add to your book or your story. I don't think it ever really stops. I've been posting chapters of my old novel, A Very Hopeful Thing, here on Patreon for a few months now, and whenever I read those old chapters back, it's hard not to change things or to add new things in, even almost a decade after I wrote it. So if there's always stuff you could add, how do you know when you're finished and it's time to just stop adding things? In my opinion, you just have to decide to be finished, which is really, really unsatisfying. It feels like there should be a finish line or a moment where you fill in the last word and it's done. But it isn't really like that, I don't think. Instead, you have to say, okay, I could keep going, but I won't. It's hard to do that though, so let me give you some more suggestions. The main one, I think, is to reconnect with your North Star, the thing you wanted to write your book for, the one idea or the message you wanted to get across when you started. If you still feel connected to that and the details you're adding directly contribute to that, then maybe you should just keep going for a while and keep adding those details. Maybe you've just got more to say. But if you feel like you're not really sure what that North Star is, or the details you're adding aren't directly relevant to it, and still enhancing it, then I'd suggest taking a real break from the project for a while. I know that probably isn't what you want to hear, but getting a little perspective might really help you to focus back on what's important about the story, which will stand out above all of the other details. The thing is, you might just be too close to it right now, and you might be overriding your instincts a little bit with all of these extra details. Maybe take a break. Let yourself forget the story a little bit for now and forget all those little intricacies. When you come back to it, you might find that you'll be able to see more clearly what's important about the story and then what details you might still need to add. Then, one way or the other, you should be able to finally put your pen down and call it finished. Progress isn't always about adding things and actively doing things and working on your manuscript. Sometimes you have to step back to make progress, so don't berate yourself for doing so, don't give yourself a hard time for it if you've got your story's best interest at heart. That's what I do anyway. Hopefully that's in some way helpful and not too disappointing a message. Thanks again for your question and for your support here on Patreon.